Hi. Saw 1 is about these two guys who wake up in a bathroom. This guy named Lawrence Gordon and this guy named Adam. They're on opposite sides of the room. In the middle of the room, there's a guy who's dead. Most people think it's excessive to have 5 sequels and an up-and-coming 6th sequel to just one movie about two guys locked in a bathroom. But I gotta tell you, there is so many twists in this series that it's ridiculous. I don't know how they can do it, but somehow they've managed to bring sense into putting so much information. Every single second that occurs in this, plotline of all these 7 movies, there is something that we've missed. Saw 1 has a twist around every single corner. There's also a twist behind you. There is also a twist to the side of you. There is also a twist diagonally from you, in all 4 of the diagonals. In fact, you're probably holding a twist. There are so many twists in this movie. Now it's time for my top 3 moments. This is going to be a little bit of a running thing with all my reviews. I'm going to put my top 3 moments at the very end of the video. These do contain spoilers, so do not watch this. Especially do not watch this part if you don't want to know what happens in the movie. Number 3. The third favourite moment in the movie for me was where Danny Glover's character, Detective Tapp, gets his throat cut by the Jigsaw Killer. Now, in most movies, when someone's throat gets cut, it goes In this, however, he gets his throat cut, and he bleeds a bit, but he doesn't actually die. This is a proper cut across the neck, it's not just a scratch. He's actually got his throat cut, and he's not dying, which is like the real-life version, and that is it's a really good moment for cinema, to see something that's so realistic in a movie that is dependent upon the realism to scare viewers. Number 2. My second favourite moment in this film is most definitely the entirety of the reverse bear trap with Amanda in it, who's played by Shawnee Smith. Now, I'm going to say 3 words here that define this. Oh my god. This scene had so much raw suspense in it. It didn't need a lot of dialogue. It didn't need a lot of emotion. It just needed that editing that pulled it together, especially when it's got Amanda struggling to get it, where it's flicking. The editing is just incredible. It is so fast-paced you can barely get a hold on where you are. Just enough so that you can, but not enough so that it's comfortable, and you're always on your edge of your seat and being held there. It is just amazing. Also, the intercuts with Amanda at the police station talking to Tapp, that is also extremely good. Shawnee Smith has done an excellent job in pulling across the raw emotion and horror at being part of this, which has never been captured in a horror movie to my experience. All these people just go through these things and they're just like, with their shotguns. But in this, she is just destroyed. Number 1. Now, this one here is probably the best moment in a suspense film, or a horror movie, or a thriller movie. This is the best moment I have ever seen in cinema. I am, of course, referring to the ending of Saw. When Lawrence Gordon has left the room, Adam is left there struggling in his chains, looks at the key on Zep and finds the tape. The theme begins, which is really good music, and then just as the tape ends, the man who's been dead in the center gets up and rips makeup off his head and tells him that his only way out, he sunk down the sink at the start of the movie, in plain view of everyone, and we didn't notice it. And then he shuts the door and says, "Game over." And the movie ends with Adam screaming. Everyone who I saw that with was dumbstruck. They were gobsmacked. We did not know what to think. We just sat there as the credits rolled and considered everything we'd missed, and then we got up, we kicked ourselves in our minds, and we went on with life. But that scene was just amazing. Hopefully I've got my point across, because that scene was friggin' epic. Now, That's it for my Saw review. I give this film an 89 out of 100.